It's amazing. There are 22 MPCs, which is crazy. But here's the very first one. 1988, Rosalind AKAI make the MPC 60. Great machine. It's the first real sampler. It has an armrest. Who uses it? I never did. I gotta find someone in a picture actually using it. But it's the first MPC. Next, they make a new one. The first one was $5,000. This one's $1,800. They're bringing the cost down. They're a company, they want to make money. So of course, they rip everything out of there and they put a big gigantic plastic mold around it. Oh my God, it's plastic. Anyway, it sells. There are more MPC 62s than there are MPC 60s, which is kind of cool. Anyway, it sold pretty well. Actually, there's no armrest on that one too. I guess they got rid of that thing finally. Yeah, right. I don't think so. MPC X is coming. And so, of course, the MPC 62 is selling, and it's a great machine. It's cheaper, it does everything, and everybody's happy. And the most beautiful thing about this machine is that there's a headphone set jack. This should have been on the first one. Someone woke them up, and thank God they woke them up because it's great to have a headphone set in there. Next, we have the MPC 3000. Now, this sold for about $4,500 back in 1991 when they introduced it. Rosalind said he wanted to make a brand new machine. They said, sure, why not? He makes an even better machine. This machine is awesome. Dr. Dre uses it all the time. If you've heard Eminem before, you've heard the MPC 3000. If you heard Jay Dilla before, you've heard the MPC 3000. Get the hint? Pros love it. That's all I can say. Our next machine comes out in 1996, and they have already gotten rid of Rosalind. It's still an MPC they're putting out. It's AKAI's MPC. They put out the MPC 2000. It sells for about $1,495, which is a pretty good price. So they sort of bring it down. The at-home in the bedroom producer can now get this machine. There's no more monitor flips up, none of that stuff. It's much more easier, lighter. It took less out of it too. So now they're selling them like hotcakes, and also they're making money more than before. Then, in the year 2000, they come out with the MPC 2000 XL. This is going to be a much better MPC. They've added everything if you want it. You get, of course, the flip-up screen, and you get this beautiful machine with the great pads, but also, if you want, you can get 8 outs in the back. You can add whatever you want to add to this machine. They've got it for you. So you can get it cheap, or you can get expensive. Either way, it's for everybody. It's the largest selling MPC that AKAI has ever made, the MPC 2000 XL. Now they come out with an MPC 4000. The year is 2002. It's $4,500, and it is big and it is heavy, and it's a beautiful device. I kind of like this MPC. It's got a nice, heavy, hard-hitting sound, and you can make a CD. You can burn everything to CD. Like you can burn a song to CD, or you can save all your data to CD. So you can save a bunch of samples to CD and load them up as well. And I love this machine. It's really nice, but it's real heavy too as well. But hey, it's an MPC. It's the first really big MPC, and that's the MPC 4000. Now next, we have the MPC 1000. This comes out in 2003. It sells for about $800, but it's pretty cool. It's the smaller compact MPC. Not tiny, but smaller, you know? Just smaller than what the MPC 4000 was. But it's really cool, it works, and it has these small pads. Everything on it's kind of like a little bit smaller. But the design is for that smaller guy that doesn't want to spend so much money, who wants to have an MPC, because MPCs are popular by this time. So of course, someone wants to have one just to mess around with. This is it. Then they get even smaller. In 2006, they come out with the MPC 500. This is small. This is a pretty small one. It's got 12 pads. Check that out. And of course, it's got a Q-Link on it. I think there's one obviously right there. And it's cheap. It can't be no more than about $500 for this device. And it sells too. People like it. They get it. They're at home playing with it. And this is where MPC has got money. They're making machines. They're making smaller machines, but they're not really innovating here. And the screen is kind of small. Oh God, is that screen small. And there are so many pages on here. So this is a device for someone sitting around, sitting at home, who knows how to use an MPC, who doesn't mind going through all the pages to create some music. In 2005, they came out with the MPC 2500. This machine has everything: 8 outputs, 4 MIDI inputs and outs. It's got everything tied to here. It's a really cool machine and really good. Flip up screen as well. You can change the compact flash cards pretty easily. And we like it a lot when we first had it. And I still do today. Now, if you buy one of these, it's really great to have. There's no problems with it. They really sell still now after the first initial release back in 2005. And the operating system is awesome. It works really well. Next, we have the MPC 5000. This machine comes out in 2008. It's a brand new MPC. It's got a flip-up screen too as well, the classic MPC pads. It's pretty good. Only problem is the operating system does not load some other older MPC files. And so Just Blaze, a rap producer, disses this whole machine. And then of course they got a problem with it after it comes out in 2008. And the critics don't like it. So they go back in, they make a new operating system, and they relaunch it again in 2009. And this will be the last standalone MPC made for the next 9 years. At the 2017 NAMM show, they introduced the MPC Renaissance. This is the first MPC that works with a controller operating system on your computer. Now this MPC is MPC 1 as far as the software is concerned. They're trying to get the whole idea together to make it work because machine has been so competitive that they've had to sit around and organize a machine. It took them 4 years from the MPC 5000 to come out with the MPC Renaissance. And they also introduced the MPC Studio at the same NAMM show. And one more device introduced also as well is the MPC Fly, used for going around, flying around the world, I guess, for really professional MPC users, but it also works with its own operating system on an iPad. In 2015, they introduced the MPC Touch. The MPC Touch is a precursor to the future line of the MPCs. It has a touchscreen, the very first touchscreen in MPC. And it can also serve as a USB audio interface, complete with phono preamp and full control over the MPC software. Then in 2017, AKAI releases the MPC-X. It becomes the new flagship of the MPC line. It has a 10-inch touchscreen display. It has 16 assignable infinity control knobs. And it has a full capable standalone system. This MPC-X has several more features that make it the most powerful standalone music production tool ever constructed, and includes a high-quality audio interface designed for recording, sampling, and even resampling. It's kind of like the big flagship. At the same NAMM show in 2017, they also introduced the MPC Live, a smaller version of the actual bigger MPC-X, but it has that same look as the MPC Touch. It has a 7-inch display, and it also has 16 gigabytes of built-in storage, 4 outputs, and a phono preamp built into it. It's pretty cool. It's got 1 row for Q-Link, but you can also hit the Q-Link buttons to select which row you want to use. It's a compact MPC-X, I would say, but still a great MPC. In 2020, AKAI introduces a brand new MPC. It's the MPC 1. It's an excellent beginner MPC. It sort of has the same features as the MPC Live and the X, but a much reduced frame and a cheaper price tag, so it's easy to afford. Also, it has a touchscreen display as well. It's about 7 inches, but it's flat. It remains on top of the machine. It's almost like an old MPC 2000 XL, with the transport buttons look like they're the same way. So it makes it easier for you to learn. And also it has the CV gate, just like the MPC Live and the MPC X has. Then in 2020, they also introduced the MPC Live 2. They've discontinued the MPC Live. The 2 is a brand new concept. Now it comes with a battery. Also, the MPC Live 2 has speakers. This is a totally different concept, that has been introduced by AKAI and has actually made this machine a big hit around the world. People are mobile and they can carry this anywhere, create music, and have fun doing it. Now, in 2021, AKAI goes back to an old concept, the studio. They launched the MPC Studio 2. They call it Studio, I call it Studio 2. It has the same sort of control features, 16 pads, of course, except it also gives you a little slider on the left-hand side, which makes it easy to do different things, sort of like change pitches, slide a fader up and down on the software. It's really cool, but a very small screen, which I think is like ridiculous, but hey, what can I tell you? But it's a popular device. It's the MPC Studio. Then, in 2022, AKAI releases a brand new concept, the MPC Key 61. It's an MPC and a keyboard. Now this is so cool because they give you this keyboard, but it also comes with a bunch of original MPC sounds, like MPC Fender Rogues, a classical keyboard, a honky-tonk keyboard, also Wurlitzers, and strings, horns. They have these plugins you can use inside the system that just works. It's really good. Plus, it adds 4 gigabytes of RAM to it also as well, and 32 gigabytes of storage.